Hi Ruth, your eyes. Just waiting for a few more people to join and then we'll make a start. Fingers crossed, of course. Oh, what stupid green screen options. Why do we need it? Oh, for God's sake. Pretty good, pretty good. Pretty good. Oh dear. Well, I've got 36 packs in a box and 7 individual packs. This is going to be interesting and fun, hopefully. Oh dear. This is going to be fun. Oh, there we go. Bear with me 1 second. Ah, Maiden, you made it. Well done. Well done. What am I on about? How are you, buddy? You doing all right? Making dinner. What are you having? Something nice? Steak, burger, something healthy? Brilliant, brilliant. Dear. Ah, Anwar, nice to meet you on this one. Zach, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Fish. Oh. Okay, rice I can deal with. Fish, no. I cannot stand fish. I've had bad luck with it over the years and I just don't eat it. But hi from Iraq. Okay, thank you, Anwar. Hopefully it's nice and warm over there, like it has been here. Right then, let's crack on. So the mystery package from Australia, it came from all the way from the eastern side of Australia in the state of Victoria, in a town that I cannot pronounce for the life of me. I've bought a retail box which has 36 packs, which is fetched from 2022, and 7 individual packs from the 2025 one. Now, obviously, there was a post that I did, which was obviously guess which sport it is, and it's the unusual sport of Aussie rules football. Now, as put into context what Aussie rules football is, it looks like you play on a cricket pitch or a football pitch, soccer pitch, or some kind of rugby pitch, and basically kick a ball shaped like a rugby ball or an old American football between some posts. That's as much as I can explain the game. There are teams in there from across most of Australia. Even though the island of Tasmania will be getting a team in 2028. So that, and as a bonus for these packs, the 25 packs and the 22 packs, women actually feature in this from the women's Australian Rules Football League. So I'm going to do the individual packs first. They are from a company called Select Australia, who designed them obviously in Australia, and the cards are actually printed in China. Now, this cost me about 100. Actually, I'll tell you what. I actually have the paperwork to find out. Bear with me. Let's see, shall we? Okay, so it cost me effectively 138 Australian dollars, which is about just over a little over 100 US dollars. but that didn't include shipping. Another about 30 Australian dollars to ship it to England via Australia Post, which obviously went via the Royal Mail. And I didn't pay any customs charge for it, which is a good thing. So we're going to individually open the packs. Yeah, pretty much. A lot of things are made in China these days, Anwar. It's the reality we live in. Even though you live in Iraq, which obviously has to rely on China a little bit as well. So, 2025 pack. If I get the teams wrong, I'm going to be here all day. Yep, definitely there. Okay, just bear with me. Oh, God. I might have to get a book in a minute. I think I should have written the teams down, to be honest. Alright, so if any Australians watching, just tell me what team it is. Charlie Curnow. Charlie Curnow. Tim Taranto for Richmond. No idea who he is, realistically. Harrison Jones from Essendon. Here we go. First of the women. Monique Conti, who plays for Richmond women's team. Guten Tag, Herr Siegfried. How are you, sir? I'm opening Australian rules football cards. And we have Footy Heads card, which is a bit of a strange one. Bobby Hill of Collingwood. Very strange card. And it's obviously these are the nicer cards. So what I'll do, I'll put the base to one side. Keep the nice cards. So we've got Callum Hills for the Sydney Swans. Luminous card, that is. It's not numbered at all. You get numbered cards in some of these packs if you're lucky. Collingwood's Bo McCreary. Miles Bergman. And he plays for Port Adelaide in the city of Adelaide, of course. And Luke Ryan for the Fremantle Dockers. Even though I know Fremantle more for a TV company for some strange reason that used to produce Neighbours, I think. Or some of the. Oh, thank you, Herr Siegfried. Thank you very much. Danke, I should say as well. These things are tough to open. Would you believe? I'm not going to do a Julie Farnham and open them the way she does. I know she obviously opens it that well. There we go. Right then. Okay, next pack up. Judd McVie of Melbourne, one of the other Melbourne teams. I know the one that I'm a supporter of. Elijah Hollands for that team. Hello, Robert. How are you, and how's the recovery going? We got Jed Walter for the Suns team. I'm not sure where they're from. Just late now, Robert. It was Aussie Rules Football that I got cards of. We have Ella Roberts for the West Coast Eagles, the Women's League. We have an epic card of Scott Pendlebury, and he is for the Collingwood team. It's not a numbered card either, so that'll have to move on. Just bear with me while I just dispose of that. That's good. That's good. That's good. Then we've got a Caleb Sarong card, Luminous from the Fremantle Dockers. We have Jeremy McGovern for the West Coast Eagles men's team. We have Michael Walters for Fremantle Dockers. And we have Garen Myers for the Geelong Cats, which I think Geelong's somewhere in the middle of Australia. A little north. I have no idea. No idea, to be honest. A friend of mine, Ben, who's from Australia, lives in Ireland these days, he'll probably be thinking, what a pommy idiot this guy is. Probably asleep by now. No, my luck. Anyway, it's fun times with this one. Here we go, third pack up. This may take me a while. Western Bulldogs, Marcus Bontempelli. No idea. Nate Caddy, Essendon. Callum Wilkie for St Kilda. And we have St Kilda women's player Jessie Wardlaw, I should say. We've got a footy heads card up, Christian Petraka for the Melbourne team. One of the Melbourne teams, I should say, because I have no idea, because he's not my Melbourne team. Kane Farrell for the Port Adelaide Football Club, another luminous blue one. We have Jordan Dawson for Adelaide, the other Adelaide team, actually. We've got Callum Mills for the Sydney Swans. And Jack Henry for the Geedland Cats. Oh my giddy up. Jeez. Well, at least I found an easier way to open the packs now without having to resort to scissors. But anyway. So we have Max Gawn for the Melbourne team. We have Lucky Neal for Brisbane Lions. It's the first one for Brisbane Lions there. We have Tim English for the Western Bulldogs. We have Amy McDonald for the Geelong Cats, I should say. Oh, we got this is interesting. We have a breakout clear-cut card of James Sicily, who plays for the Hawks. Not sure where in Australia they're based in, but I'll have a look later because I keep forgetting. Harley Reid for the West Coast Eagles, a luminous card there. So that was brilliant. That was a lovely clear-cut card. Jordan De Goey, wherever he's from. Collingwood, another Collingwood player. Kyle Shadir for the Hawks team. West Coast Eagles, Oscar Allen. Okay, next pack up. Oh, yeah. I watched a few Australians opening packs like these from when they were first released about, the 25 packs were released like a few months ago. And I saw an Australian couple open the 22 box. So, Adam Treloar, Western Bulldogs. Jack Higgins for St Kilda. They score a lot of goals in Aussie rules football compared to... here we go. Tom Powell for the North Melbourne Kangaroos. It's actually my favourite Australian Football League team. So that's a good one to have. So I'll put that to the side. We have Ash Saint, one of the women. And she plays for Port Adelaide Football Club for the women. And here we go. We have Aaron Cadman for the Giants team, not related to New York, and this is actually a numbered card handedly, and the numbering is just, I don't know if I can see that very well. There we go. I think we can. Yeah, so the numbering is just about here, and it is 144 out of 399. So they do have numbered cards in this. There's no signature cards, because it would say obviously signature cards on this as well, which I think that would really elevate this product, but obviously it's not going to be, a product that people outside of Australia are going to buy very often, to be honest. Luke Nankervis plays for Adelaide, the other Adelaide football team. Yeah, definitely, Robert, definitely. James Sicily again. Jace Burgoyne, no idea. Port Adelaide Football Club again. Oh, God. Collingwood's Steel side bottom, and I'm not making that up. I'm not even making that up. Dear me. And people think that Wrong Tugnuts is a made-up name. God help us. If he was a made-up name, I'd be telling people, have you actually watched hockey? We have the funniest nicknames ever. Well, funniest names ever. Unless you're a NASCAR fan, but I'm not going to go down that road again. Seth Campbell for Richmond. Harris Andrews for Brisbane Lions. Harry Sheasel for the North Melbourne Kangaroos, which I'll keep that one to the side. Just bear with me. Okay, so so Bonnie Toogood. Played for a few previous clubs there, and she plays for Essendon, the Winds team. And we have Tom Papley for the Sydney Swans. So it's a nice one to have that there. Chad Warner for, again, the Sydney Swans. Giants player Brett Daniels. I was looking for history of the Australian Football League. It wasn't called the Australian Football League till I think the early 90s. I think it was called the Victorian Football League because most of the teams played in and out of the state of Victoria. Funnily enough, Connor Rosie for Port Adelaide. Caleb Sarong for Fremantle Dockers. Okay, final pack of the 2025, and then we'll open the 22 packs. Same principle with the numbered cards as usual. Apparently, they're in some of the, because they've got different ways of selling them. They have a coach's pack, a coach's box, which has less cards than these. Thank you, Siegfried. So they have a coach's collection box, which will have, I think, less packs than this retail one, and it's slightly more than you would pay for a nice Premier box, let's say, for Upper Deck. It's quite good, actually. Jared Witt's Sons. Caleb Windsor for the other Melbourne team. Cam Rayner for the Brisbane Lions. Charlie Rowbottom for the Suns women's team. And we have a 200 milestone game for Tom Mitchell of the Collingwood. Not a numbered card, but actually very nice. It seems to have anniversary cards or something, other things like that. Jesse Hogan for the Giants team. Luminous card, no numbering there. Will Hayward for the Sydney Swans. Sam de Koning for the Geelong Cats. And the final card of the 25 packs, Jesse Hogan on the Giants. So, yeah. So the 25 packs yielded one numbered card, which is really nice. So now I'm just going to set the nice cards of 25 pack over to my left. So I can obviously open this box. So we're going to just open this box nicely. Oh, didn't expect that to happen. Bear with me. Okay. Ah, there we go. I was wondering what was going on there. So apparently you can win more prizes with 25 cards if you could find them, which was like more packs and special things apparently, which I haven't done too much research into it because there's not much information out there as much. So 22 cards, slightly different. So we have Taylor Walker for the Adelaide Crows. We have Darcy Vescio for Collingwood. Looks like Collingwood, I'm not sure. Sydney Swans, Oliver Florent. Geelong Cats, Jeremy Cameron. Here we go. So we've got some nice cards. And it's Game Breakers card, and it's of Cameron Keys. Is the no? Wait a minute. This is so confusing. Shane McAdam. It's actually of Shane McAdam on the back. So basically, whoever the highlighted person is there, they're saying obviously it's about him. Obviously, you can get other cards with the other players on highlighted. Nathan Wilson for the Fremantle Dockers. We have a Jamie Stanton for the Women's Suns team. So what I'll do, I'm going to put the nice cards back over there. Okay. Bailey Fritsch for the other Melbourne team, and Travis Boak for the Port Adelaide team. Okay, so that's good. So 36 packs. Now they retail these packs. Sorry, the recommended retail price for these packs in the Australian shops is $2.99 Australian dollars. Oh, hello, Sticks. How are you, my friend? I'm going to make you, if you comment on one of my other, if you comment on one of my videos, Sticks, I'll make you a mod, because I've forgotten to make you a mod. I know everyone else is a mod as well, that I've forgotten to, my friend Ruth, I need to make my friend Ruth a mod as well. Western Bulldogs, Caleb Daniel. Mitch Duncan for the Geelong Cats. Errol Goulden for the Sydney Swans. Just finishing. Yeah, not too bad, my friend. Not too bad. We've got the West Coast Eagles, Luke Shuey. Dane Rampey for the Sydney Swans. That is... I'll keep that card because that's nice and shiny. Cora Staunton for the Giants women's team. We have Luke Brewist for the Hawks. We have Clayton Oliver for the other Melbourne team. And we have Zach Butters for the Port Adelaide team. Okay, next pack up. This could take a while, to be honest. But oh, hey Rick, how are you, my friend? I'm opening something a bit different. Oh, Basketball Buds, how you doing, my friend? Thank you very much. Yeah, I know. How can I put it this way, Rick? It's been quite warm the last few days. Chances of rain in some parts of the UK, but it's been quite warm today. But I'm opening Australian. Oh, very nice, Rick. I'll have a look at in a minute. I'll have a look later when I've got a chance. Obviously, I'm opening Aussie Rules football cards, which their type of football is a bit different to what we have over here, and obviously what you have over there, Rick. So, yeah, warm over there as well. Isabel Huntington for the Western Bulldogs women's team. We have Jack Silgani for the, I think it's Collingwood, Clifton, whatever they're called. Yeah, I've got a few, obviously, as well. Daniel Rich for Brisbane Lions. Dion Prestia for the Richmond team. We have Alicia Eva for the Giants women's football team. We have Rhiannon Watt for St Kilda women's team. We have Harry Perryman for the Giants team. Isaac Quaynor for Collingwood. And we have Taron Thomas for the North Melbourne Kangaroos team, which is my favourite Australian team, let's say. Okay, West Coast Eagles, Josh Kennedy. So I'm going to try and go a bit faster now. Zach Merritt for Essendon. Ellie McKenzie for the Richmond women's team. What's the name of that? Jack McRae for Western Bulldogs. We have a burst of Adam Sard card, and he plays for Carlton. So that was the team. So some of them I thought were Collingwood, is actually Carlton. And I should know about Carlton. I'll get that paperwork out again, sticks for just so I can read again what I've just remembered. Let's bear with me. Let's put that down for a second. Right, so I paid for 7 booster packs of the 2025 Footy Stars packs. It was $30 for those 7 packs combined, and there were 4 packs that are $4 Australian a pack. And for the box I'm opening now, which is 36 packs in one retail box, that cost me $108.75 Australian, and then another 30 to send it across to the UK. And I didn't pay any customs charge at all, which is a good thing. But these packs normally retail for $2.99 Australian in a shop, which is about, I'd say, nearing $3 Australian, so made it about $2.25 US, possibly $2.50 in between that. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. St Kilda, Bradley Hill, Nick Haynes for the Giants team, Ashley Riddle for the North Melbourne Kangaroos team. I'm going to have that one put aside. Gold Coast Suns, that's what it is. Gold Coast Suns of Ben King. I thought I was going mad. Anyway. Okay, so Carlton Sam Walsh. Dane Zorko, Brisbane Lions. Nick Cox of Essendon. Isabella Lewis for West Coast Eagles. And then we've got another nice card of Nathan Wilson of the Fremantle Dockers. We have his teammate Michael Walters. We have North Melbourne Kangaroos, Cameron Zurhaar. Can't say that properly. St Kilda Jack Billings. And Gold Coast Suns Sam Collins. Right. Trying up the pace a little bit, because obviously these are 36 packs, not 12 that you get in the box with Upper Deck these days for hockey in the flagship box. Mitch Duncan, Geelong Cats, Errol Goulden, Sydney Swans, West Coast Eagles, Luke Shuey. Yeah, I do like the Kangaroos because they're playing blue and white. And in funny enough, actually, I just remembered something about jerseys, which obviously popular subjects on this channel. Their jerseys are not actually called jerseys; they're called Guernseys. I don't know why, but if you look on any of the team's club shops, it says Guernsey for the jerseys, like a replica one of that. I don't know how much they retail for now, because the last time I checked was before the pandemic. Isabel Huntington, Western Bulldogs. Oh, we have a nice 200 milestone game card of Ed Curnow for Carlton. Luke Brewist, Hawks. Clayton Oliver, Essendon, Zach Butters, Port Adelaide. And St Kilda, St Kilda, Rhiannon Watt again. Oh no, is that me picking that up? Hold on. No, that is me picking up. Sorry, my apologies. Isn't that Cow? Carlton. No idea. Yeah. Funny enough, yes. Just like the UK Channel Line in Guernsey, funny enough. Adelaide Crows, Ben Keys. Patrick Dangerfield, Geelong Cats. Jeremy McGovern, West Coast Eagles. Jack Martin for Carlton. We have Jake Stringer for Essendon. Sean Darcy, Fremantle Dockers. One of the women, Tiana Smith for St Kilda women's team. And we have another North Melbourne Kangaroos of Jaden Stevenson. And Mitch Lewis for the Hawks team. I'll just make sure these nicer cards are kept together. Okay. Jack Silviani again. Daniel Rich, Brisbane Lions. Dion Prestia, seen him already. Oh, hello. What's this? Now I've just remembered. So this card, it's called a wild card. Now on the back, I'll read to you what it says. So it's like one of those signature cards you can get, not signature cards. A gold card this is, so gold coloured card. So on the back it says, you found a select 22 Brownlow medal predictor gold card for Sydney Swans wildcard. This card entitles you to redeem a limited edition select 2022 Brownlow medalist signature gold card if the winner of the 2022 Brownlow medal is a Sydney Swans player not in the current select 2022 Brownlow medal predictor gold series. This card will be redeemed for the equivalent numbered card, numbered to 185 cards only. And it says, obviously, terms and conditions on this one, important to follow the instructions as normal. We cannot guarantee receipt of the card without compliance. Obviously, it tells you to send a self-addressed stamped envelope to an address, and including at least $3.30 Australian worth of stamps, one per envelope. Your signature card will be, and it is a signature card, you will be sent to you in a select card safe magnetic holder. And the redemption would have opened on the 14th of 2022. And they say allow for 90 days for delivery. Obviously, it says the address at the bottom. And the card would have been number 29 of 185. Now, the player for that team, the player for that team would have had to win one of the individual awards for me to get that, if I've got it in the 2025 packs. So I'll keep that obviously to the side and obviously use that for another video at some point. Yeah, pretty much conditional auto. So if a player from that team that was not in the packs originally, it seems bizarre to me. I think they could have just put signature cards in there, to be honest, from the start, but obviously make it pretty much like the flagship Upper Deck, where it's not easy to get. Or do a master set or something like Premier or something like that. Could have been nice to do, but I don't know how much power and money and it costs to select to use these do these cards. So anyway, we'll move on. Brisbane Lions, Kate Lundkiss. Look, oh, I've just opened another pack. Just bear with me. Right. Daniel McStay for the Brisbane Lions there. Just bear with me because I'll get these cards out of the way in the next one. Harry Perryman for the Giants. That guy again. Taron Thomas. That's a spare one, so I can put that away. Nathan Wilson for the Fremantle Dockers. Right, let's get back to the show. Western Bulldogs, Aaron Norton. Shane Edwards, Richmond. Dylan Shield, Essendon. His teammate, Nick Cox. We've already seen him today. Port Adelaide, Scott Lysett. Giants, Tim Taranto. Tyler Hanks, I should say, for the other Melbourne team. And Gold Coast Lions, David. Oh, dear. David Swallow is the name of that player. That's why I'm a bit laughing in my head. Oh dear. Well, my question to you guys is, yeah, I think my dad, if he was, well, my dad doesn't watch these live if they're later than 10 o'clock because he goes to bed early. If he was watching these live, I think he'd be laughing too much. Well, when funny names come up anyway. Adelaide Crows, Taylor Walker. Darcy Vescio, who I've already had once today, so that's another one. Oliver Florent, what am I on about? Jeremy Cameron, Geelong Cats. Here we go. Got another one. Daniel Lloyd, and it's a burst card, and he played for the Giants at that time. Jamie Stanton for the Gold Coast Suns women's team. Bailey Fritsch for the other Melbourne team. Travis, that guy again, we've already seen him. Bradley Hill for St Kilda. Right, so I'm just going to I've got a lot of cards already. Get 9 cards per pack in this. Got 36 packs in the retail box. Just insane. It really is. I wonder how many Australians will be watching this eventually in a few years' time. They'll be like, see, I better not do an Australian accent. Anyway, Luke Parker, Sydney Swans. Chelsea Randall, Adelaide Crows women's team. Carlton's Patrick Cripps. Josh Bruce, Western Bulldogs. I know they call. My dad. I know my dad does quite a lot more than I do, being retired. I don't watch it as much as I used to. Not because I don't like it as much as I used to. It's more because I haven't got the time to watch it. Because half the time I'm either at work when the darts are on, and by the time I get home, the darts are off because they're finished for the night. And then the other times I'm literally going to be watching, hockey, which obviously is the Stanley Cup Final Game 6, Edmonton Oilers against the Florida Panthers. I'm going to watch some of that. So I'm going to meet my friend Ruth tomorrow, who obviously has been in the chat, which is going to be fun. West Coast Eagles, Dom Sheed. Keep that one there. Yeah, a lot of sports now are putting some matches on YouTube for free, but obviously restrictions locally apply. So a lot of sports I love to watch on YouTube, if I have the chance, either they don't do it because obviously they're paying so much money to do it themselves, they're not going to bother putting it out for free, and people just put it on YouTube for free and then it gets taken off straight away. St Kilda Paddy Ryder, Fremantle Dockers Andrew Brayshaw, Todd Goldstein, North Melbourne Kangaroos, and Daisy Pearce for the other Melbourne team for the women. Yeah, I remember when Major League Baseball, would have been when I was about 10 years ago, I think it was. on YouTube, they were putting out one game a day for free during the regular season. This was, I remember, and I could actually watch one of those games, no problem. If the New York Mets were on, even though I know where I'm wearing the Giants gear at the moment, when the Mets were on, I'd literally try and watch it. Josh Kennedy for the West Coast Eagles. Zach Merritt for the Essendon team. Yep. Ellie McKenzie for Richmond. Jack McRae again. Tom Mitchell for the Hawks. Nick Haynes for the Giants team. And Ashley Riddell for the North Melbourne Kangaroos women's team. Yeah. Gold Coast Suns, Ben King again. Probably from Braden Maynard, that guy again, for the Collingwood team. The thing is with sports sticks is a lot of the ones that are sort of small and a bit more trying to think of the word I'm thinking of, a bit more unique, or I know the word I'm thinking of. Unique is one of them I've just said. And my brain's thinking and I still can't get it out. Tim Kelly, the West Coast Eagles. Niche, that's it. A bit more niche. Niche sports. And a lot of them are on YouTube that do, the live match probably once a week, or the live race, or a live series of races on YouTube. And there's quite a lot. Jared Lyons on the Brisbane Lions. Geelong Cats, Amy McDonald on the women's team. Riley O'Brien for the Adelaide Crows. 150 milestone game appearances for Gary Rowan, who plays for Geelong Cats. Jamie Elliott on Collingwood as well. Will Day, Hawks. Josh Kelly again. And Kaseya Pickett on the other Melbourne team. But also one thing I know about sport in terms of soccer in England, in the UK, for example, right? On a Saturday, if there's a match day, let's say for the entire football league and non-league, like from 2:45 until 5:15, no football match in the entirety of the United Kingdom can be broadcasted live to the public. It's to guarantee people to buy tickets and sit in the stadiums, buying overpriced beer and that. Oh, hello, Joe. Hope you're feeling better today. Yeah, I thought I'd put this gear on, and I'm doing Aussie rules football cards. Joe, you look amazing more than I do, even though I know I'm wearing Giants gear. Rory Sloane on the Adelaide. Yeah, Rory Sloane on the Crows. Lackey Neal on the Brisbane Lions. Tom Lynch on the Richmond team. Oh, hello. What's this one? This is different. Oh, it's a number card. That's another one. Geelong Cats, Brandon Parfitt, and it's 100. It's 34 out of 190. But this one is different because the numbering is just above my finger. How can I put this delicately, basketball boards? I'm actually wearing a pair of shorts of Sacramento Kings right now, because I couldn't put my Pelicans ones on because I couldn't remember where I put them. But anyway, Yeah, to go back onto your point sticks, that rule that I was talking about from the Football League and Premier League soccer, that rule was made in the 1960s. So, to be honest, that rule stood the test of time, but there's still stadiums that are slightly empty. There's Milton Keynes Dons, which is a football team well known for effectively moving from London from the area of Wimbledon. Their stadium is literally mostly empty all the time. The most I've ever seen in that stadium is about 5,000. Yeah, about to change, but you think about this for a second. If they change that rule where you could broadcast any football game played in the UK between those times, people would either stay at home or go. Hey, Brandon, you all right, buddy? So the issue is, they want people to go there, not watch it on TV. And plus the TV, and plus, that's another point I could talk about. But I'll just finish this back just quickly. St Kilda, Paddy Ryder, Caleb Sarong on Fremantle Dockers, Liam Shields on the Hawks, Jack Zeeble on the North Melbourne Kangaroos, and Alicia Eva on the Giants women's team. The other thing as well, with the other thing with the football over here is the cost of it. Watching it when it's not, when it is allowed to be broadcast, I should say, is it costs a lot of money just to watch sport in this country. On the television, this is, if it's not on terrestrial channels like the BBC, ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5. If you don't have Freeview, which is literally free service that we have, even though you have to pay, to have a box or have a TV, which will cost money, a lot of money to buy with a Freeview box inserted into it. You can still watch live sport, no problem. But obviously in England, we pay a TV license, which is 178 quid or something daft like that for a year. But luckily for people that are disabled, including my father, he gets it for free. Or if you're over 75, you get it for free. But I'm not over 75 and I'm not disabled, so. But then again, I don't pay a TV license because my mum does. But I pay my way anyway. But the problem is subscription services on television for sports. You've got not just one channel, it's like 4, 5, 6, 7 different channels. Some of them you can get in one pack for the cable company. And then some you then have to pay individually. So you could be paying up to £200-300 extra a month just for all of them. If you find a deal worth a good amount, it might be like £150. So realistically, it's worth it. You can find subscription services on the web where it's legal, and plus, it's good. Nina Morrison on the Geelong Cats. Zach Williams for Carlton. We've already seen him today. Shannon Hearn, a bloke from the West Coast Eagles. Yeah, I know that one. I know that. Oh, a nice one. North Melbourne Kangaroos player Jaden Stevenson. That's going in the pile. Alier. Must have been an Indigenous player. Jake Lever, Essendon. Brandon Ellis, Gold Coast Suns. And Jai Simpkin, North Melbourne Kangaroos. Right then. There was another question I actually I've got for you guys particularly. What is the strangest pack of cards you've ever opened? Like for your, whether it's for your channels or whether it's for your personal collection from probably many years ago. I know some of us are over 30, let's say. Even though I know my friend Specs again is, well, younger than I am. Anyway, Brisbane Lions Brisbane Lions, Emily Bates, women's team. Rory Laird? No idea. Plays for that Crows team. Darcy Parish. Adam Sard. I do have a Brandon Sard jersey, well, if he's not related. Keziah Pickett again. That guy. I just got him. Joey Simpkin again. Brianna Davey for the Collingwood team. I'm losing my voice already. Jacob Hopper on the Giants. And Luke Ryan on the Fremantle Dockers. There we go. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so Shai Bolton for the Richmond team. Essendon's Mason Redman. Tom Papley for the Swans again. Emma Swanson for the West Coast Eagles women's team. And we have a nice different card of Game Breakers card. It's a Jake Stringer card, Essendon. Chloe Molly for Collingwood women's team. Connor Rosie for the Port Adelaide team. Lucky Weller for the Gold Coast Suns team. And St Kilda's Jack Steele again. Oh, my giddy on. Right, just bear with me, because the overflowing pile of cards behind the camera are starting to file back, so I'm just going to move some more to the front. Sorry if my ugly mug scares you there. Good. Imagine if someone said to me, Tackleberry, take your mask off. If you're old enough, you remember that film. Bloody Police Academy. Love the Police Academy films. Got the whole box set now. Okay, Lance Franklin on the Sydney Swans. Emily Bates again. That guy again, Rory Laird. Darcy Parish again. Oh, hello. We've got a David Mundy burst card, and he plays for the Fremantle Dockers. Nice. Oh, nice. Nice, Brandon. Nice. One of my faves is 1994 Flair Marvel cards. I'll have to look into that for fun. Brian Davey again. Jacob Hopper. Luke Ryan on the Fremantle Dockers. Ben McAvoy. Geelong Cats, Tom Stewart. Tom Doty for the Adelaide Crows. Sam Doherty for Carlton. Charlie Cameron on the Brisbane Lions. And we have a burst card of Ben McKay for the North Melbourne Kangaroos, my team. So that one's going in the pile. Another North Kangaroos player, Luke Davis Unaki. Don't know who he is, but there you go. Don't know who he is. I should know who he is. Brittany Bonici Yeah, there are allowed to wear skull caps in Australian football. James Warpelt on the Hawks team and Tom McDonald on the other Melbourne team. Kangaroos indeed. So it looks like we're halfway through the box, so that's good. I didn't think I would be halfway through it. I thought I'd be here for 2 hours and then have to say, let's pick it up tomorrow. But we're making good progress, so that's a good start. Adam Sard again, third time tonight. Jack Graham for the Richmond team. We have Erin Phillips for the Adelaide Crows women's team. Mitch Robinson for the Brisbane Lions. And we have another burst card, this time of Lance Franklin, who plays for the Sydney Swans. Rowan Marshall for the St Kilda team. Gold Coast Suns women's team player, Sarah Perkins. We have Steele Sidebottom again. And Ben Cunning. I swear to God, some of these names get me before I even read them. Ben Cunnington. I'm not going to say any more than that. My dad's going to be like, God, my boy is still immature at 35. Get a grip. Or he might say, oh. Oh dear. Oh, there we go. Oh. Okay. Andrew McGrath, Essendon. Monique Conti, Richmond women's team. Dom Sheed for the West Coast Eagles. Josh Kennedy for the Sydney Swans. Yeah, I think the old adage is basically growing older is mandatory, growing up is optional. I should know. Anyway, burst card of Isaac Rankine, Gold Coast Suns player. David Mundy for the Fremantle Dockers. Xavier Dushma, no idea. And oh, that's a different. Just basically an advertisement card. That's a first for me today. Basically, just says checklist available online for the whole box. And final card for that pack is Scott Pendlebury again. That's unique. Not unique, I should say. We've had advertisements before in Upper Deck packs back in the olden days when I was only a wee boy, probably about 4 feet shorter than I am now. Brilliant. Rory Sloane again. Lucky Neal again. Tom Lynch for the Richmond team. Nina Morrison for the Geelong Cats women's team. And another burst card of Shane McAdam this time for the Adelaide Crows. We have Braden Maynard again. We have Caleb Sarong again. We have Liam Shields. And we have Jack Zebel again. So that's another one. So I think we're coming into the packs where we're going to get the same cards, I think. And now we've passed the hour mark, which is remarkable. I didn't think I'd be saying, oh, well, this is going to be fun. So here we are. Zach Williams for the Colton team. That guy for the third time tonight. Shannon Hearn for the second time tonight. Lance Franklin for probably the second time tonight. Katie Brennan for the Richmond women's team. Different parallel there, coloured-wise. Alicia Eva again. Aliyah again. Jake Lever again. Brandon Ellis. Jake Lever, that's you say Jake Lever a bit quickly, it sounds like a joke of some kind. Not sure why. Anyway. Sure. Blimey. 700, what? Blimey. Joel Sealwood. Bailey Smith for the Western Bulldogs. Karen Harrington for the Carlton women's team. Jack Realwalt for the Richmond team. Angus Brayshaw for the Melbourne team, the other one. Callan Wood for the Giants team. St Kilda's Tim Membry. Gold Coast Suns' Jarrett Witts. And Hayley Miller for the Fremantle Dockers women's team. Right, here we go. Zach Tui for the Geelong Cats. Dyson Heppel for the Essendon team. Carlton's Liam Jones. Kirsty Lamb for the Western Bulldogs women's team. And we've got a different card, which is a bit different. It's an AFL classified of Sean Darcy for the Fremantle Dockers, and it's 266 out of 270, which isn't bad actually. Looks a nice card actually. It's really nice. Let's have a feel of it. The badge has got a bit of indentation there, but the rest of the card actually looks nice. And it's smoother. Tory Green for the Giants. James Aish for the Fremantle Dockers. Georgia Patrikos for the St Kilda women's team. And Christian Peretraka again. We have Jack Darling for the West Coast Eagles. Zach Bailey for the Brisbane Lions. And we have, this may take me a bit of time to pronounce this one, Essendon's Anthony McDonald Tipungwuti. Not sure if that's the correct pronunciation, but I can only do what I can do. I'm not going there. Ebony Marinoff for the Adelaide Crows women's team. Jacob Wietering for the Carlton team. Angus Brayshaw again. Tom Green for the Giants. Josh Dacos for the Collingwood team. And Ben Mackay for the North Melbourne Kangaroos. Right, here we go again. Another pack. Oh my giddy aunt. Jack Graham again. Erin Phillips again. Mitch Robinson again. I've just seen another one. Zach Tui of the Geelong Cats again. So we have an instant win chance. Now I'm going to just read if it's gone by. Yeah, it has gone by in 2022. It's one of those instant win cards. So I'm just reading what I could have won. Oh, it's an instant prize. So it's go to their website, selectaustralia.com.au, and follow the directions to enter the code, which is on the back. So it's like the bounty cards on what box set is it? So that one I don't like very much. It's not Select. Not Select. What was that one? What's the upper deck one, which is like all those clear cut ones, but they're like slightly thicker. And it's not clear cut or it's not clear cut. I'm trying to think what it's called. It's that one I don't like very much. But anyway, Ben McAvoy on the Hawks. Not SP, not SP. It's the other one. No, it's not that one either. It's not that one either. It's that one where you can get like, yeah, that's it. Synergy. That's the one. Synergy. I was trying to think of the name then. Yeah, Synergy. It's like Synergy. Like, I know obviously some of the products do have the bounty on the back, but Synergy is the one I always remember with the bounty on the back half the time. So thank you, Brandon, for getting that for me. Rome Marshall again, Sarah Perkins again, and Steel sidebar. Yeah, if you come in clutch, you come in clutch. If you don't, you don't. You can always learn something that way. Anyway, so, oh, jeez. Right, bear with me. So, Nick Nayatuni for the West Coast Eagles. Shane McAdam again. Hugh. Oh my God. This might take me a while. Hugh McCluggage. No idea. Plays for the Brisbane Lions anyway. Gary Rohan again. Joel Selwood for the Geelong Cats. Darcy Bryce Jones for the Port Adelaide team. Darcy Moore. Collingwood again. Tuick Miller for the Gold Coast Suns. And Gemma Houghton for the Florida Fremantle Dockers. I should say Fremantle. Not long to go. Let's see how I can keep going. But anyway. Well, there's a huge sense of pride as a fan of Maiden's channel, funny enough, that my other friend of the other side of England, down south, Shaunatus, who's a Senators fan, is going to be on the channel, the Maiden's channel, actually, on Sunday night, or Monday morning, as me and Shaunatus would call it. So there's a great sense of pride that another British person is going to be having a chat with Maiden, which is good. Because because obviously Shaunatus had a gaming channel, apparently. I didn't know this until he said it on one of his channels. And at some point, you know, I've got to do videos of my jerseys, he keeps telling me. And Tom Hawkins on the Geelong Cats. Tom Liberatore on the Western Bulldogs. Trent Cotchin on the Richmond team. Jake Lloyd for the Swans again. Bailey Smith for the Western Bulldogs. Karen Paxman. Bit of a strange haircut for a lady. For the Melbourne women's team, the other Melbourne team. Zach Jones for the St Kilda team. Alex Pearce for the Fremantle Dockers. And Gold Coast Suns, Jack Lucas. Yeah, definitely get him on one Sunday, man. I'd love to see what he's got. Madison Madison Prespakis, I think. Plays for Carlton. Adam Treloar, Western Bulldogs. Dame Rampe for the Swans of Sydney. Nick Valstuin for Richmond. If I've pronounced any of these names, I'll be amazed. Cora Staunton for the Giants. Chad Wingard for the Hawks. Sebastian Ross for St Kilda. Max Gowan for the other Melbourne team. And North Melbourne Kangaroos, Nick Larkey. Oh. Anyway. Well, not many. Let's see how many packs we got left after this one. Okay, so we've got after this pack 5 to go, so we're not doing too badly. Aisling McCarthy of the West Coast Eagles women's team, Brodie Smith for the Adelaide Crows, Carlton's Jacob Whitering again, Mark Blycavs for the Geelong Cats. Tomorrow night, 8 Eastern. That will. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'll on his channel. Yeah, I won't make it because I'll be probably asleep by the time that goes on because I've got an early start on Thursday morning. So I'll definitely put that to myself to watch later this and watch it when I get a chance on my break at work. Tom Phillips 100 milestone game for the Hawks. Yaga Amira for the Hawks. Jasmine Garner for the North Melbourne Kangaroos women's team. Ollie Wines for the Port Adelaide team. Stephen Coniglio for the Giants. The one thing when I was researching when I researched some of the Australian Football League, was that a few Irishmen have actually gone from Gaelic football over in Ireland, which is played at both sides of the border in Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. Some of their best players have tried and played Aussie rules football, which both games have similar ways of playing, even though Gaelic football they don't actually use an actual type of football, rounded one at that. But their game is just as brutal. But anyway, Nick Hine for Essendon. Katie Brennan for the Richmond women's team. Lucky Hunter for Western Bulldogs. Liam Ryan for the West Coast Eagles. We have another Game Breakers card of Charlie Curnow for Carlton. Jack Crisp. Where did he get these names from, honestly? Collingwood. Birmingham, England. So for soccer teams, we have Aston Villa and Birmingham City. So Birmingham City, I've had David Beckham over there. They've had Tom Brady, of course, who is involved with that team. And of course, we've even seen Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney over there. And obviously, Aston Villa have the most famous fans of all, Tom Hanks, of course, Prince William, of course, and former British Prime Minister David Cameron, who is well known for losing his daughter once in a pub. And basically his daughter was then found, obviously, a short time later. Dan Butler on the St Kilda. And that did make headlines, and I'm not actually making that up. Kira Bowers for the Fremantle Dockers. And Hugh Greenwood for the Gold Coast Suns. All right, now it's my friend. Basketball buds. I'll see you another time, my friend. Hopefully, at some point, we'll see on Maiden's channel. And obviously, talking basketball. Andrew Gaff. For those of you who don't know, in England, in London specifically, down in the south of England or around London as well, many people will call their homes gaff. It's like, do my gaff up, mate. So do your house up, kind of thing. Very strange, but true. You should hear literally when Londoners do my accent. They think I'm from Wolverhampton, which is just a city further up the road by at least a good half an hour's drive. Brisbane Lions women's team, Ali Anderson. Tim English, again, Western Bulldogs. Yeah, no, it sticks. Cameron Guthrie for the Geelong Cats again. Oh, we got another one. 100 milestone games for Callum Mills for the Sydney Swans. Lauren Hearns for the GC Suns women's team. Nat Fife for Fremantle Dockers. Fife is an area of Scotland, which I've been to. And I've visited Britain's oldest ice hockey team, the Fife Flyers, who were nearly in trouble recently because they had to find new owners, which they have now, thankfully. Brodie Grundy for the Collingwood team, and Charlie Dixon for the Port Adelaide team. So this is just absolutely insane. All right, how many we got left? Let's see, 1, 2. Okay, so after this, it'll be 2 packs left. Let's see if we can get some last pack mojo and a numbered card or 2. Harry McKay for the Carlton team. James Rowe for the Adelaide Crows team. Brisbane Lions Oscar McCurney. Don't know how to pronounce that. Callum Mills, Sydney Swans. And we have a different card. GC Suns Isaac Rakeen. And it's 159 out of 190. And I'm just going to pause there just for a second because I need a drink massively, so bear with me. And I'll try and knock over everything while going around. Oh, jeez. Oh. Oh, jeez. Right. Oh, right. Couldn't remember that's there. Right. Yeah, so that card's out of 190. Or was it Rankine? So it's not a bad card. And we've got another card of another Game Breakers card of this time. I can't even read that. Tony Dapley from the Sydney Swans. Anyway, Max King for the St Kilda football team. Tom Mitchell for the Hawks, and Emma Kearney once again for the North Kangaroos women's team for Melbourne. Okay, penultimate pack. So I've knocked out 34 plus. So 41 packs I've knocked out so far today. This will be 42, and then we'll be on to the 43rd and final pack. Oh my giddy aunt. There we go. There we go. Isaac Heaney for the Sydney Swans again. Lachlan Scholl for the Adelaide Crows. Meg McDonald for the Geelong Cats women's team. Kane Lambert for Richmond. And we have a burst card again of Jed Hughes, who is of the Geelong Cats. Jack Gunston for the Hawks. Robbie Gray for the Port Adelaide team. Christian Salem for the other Melbourne team. And Alice Parker for the Giants women's team. Okay, final pack. Last pack mojo, do you think? Oh, come on. Not easy to open as an upper deck pack. Anyway, Dustin Martin for the Richmond team. Ellie Blackburn for the Western Bulldogs. Jake Stringer for the Essendon team. Harris Andrews for the Brisbane Lions team. We have a burst card of Nick Nationi, who plays for the West Coast Eagles on this one. And we have Matt Rowell for the Gold Coast Suns. We have Lackey Whitfield for the Giants team. We have Taylor Adams for the Collingwood team. And to finally finish off, Stephen May for that other Melbourne team. And that is that. The last pack down. 43 packs of Aussie Rules football cards. No signature cards in this pack unless you win one of the chances to get a signed card, only if the player in question of a team player wins an individual award. So think of it as like Nathan McKinnon doesn't win a Stanley Cup, but he manages to win the Ted Lindsay Award. And then you get a card with his signature on it from Upper Deck. When you enter a competition, that is. But anyway. Oh, jeez. That was a lot of cards. So looking at it, I've got more than 300 cards in front of me now. So yeah. So I know this has been an hour and 20 minutes of not knowing what's what, and apart from the teams. But there you go. So my question to you guys is, should I open a different sport next time for a live? That is my question. I think I should. Yeah, definitely is, man. Definitely is. It's always great to learn about different sports. I know I've learned a lot over the years of different sports, but then over that sport has gone by the wayside, like Speedway in England, which is dying complete death. Yeah, definitely. Mixing it up is fun, Zach. It really is, because obviously, like your jam-packed Thursdays, obviously the junk stuff that people don't buy, or you can find it for 20 cents in a shop. It's like wife. Oh, that's a funny fact about wife carrying, but I used to do it in Finland all the time. I know, but this is the thing. It's like different sports. Obviously, I used to be so into WWE, but now when I see the cards, I'm like, most of the modern superstars, and I'm like, I'd rather have the bloody just the Legends pack, stuff like that. But most of the Legends are probably just, not worth it really. Cards, that is, unless they're alive and can sign them. But the thing is, for me, I want to, try different sports where it's not easily gettable. I managed to get this off the internet just by searching into Google Australian football cards and doing the same into YouTube. And I found literally I could buy them pretty easily from a company called Aussies Collections, which is spelt with an O. And that is a very good question, Zach. I might have to look into that, because obviously a lot of European cards I don't really see over here, because half the time it's literally, you find them on eBay, and whether they've been printed in Europe or not is another question. I might have to look into that, because that's something I'd love to do a bit of history on, European cards. I know that I'd love to find out if we can get, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, Gaelic football cards, which I doubt I can get, because it's not the most popular sport in Ireland. I was watching a game with my friend Ruth, who was here a bit ago, while we were having a nice friendly chat with some dinner. Sorry, with some lunch, and I could see on one of the televisions, which was funny enough, in an Irish pub we went to, and they had obviously Guinness sponsored television. It was Gaelic football on it, and I saw literally there wasn't that many people in the stands. Funny enough, to be honest with soccer, as you would call it, there is a lot of soccer cards that I seem to get. I used to get when I used to buy football shirts from Classic Football Shirts in the UK. And then we used to send them. This was like going back 10 years ago at least. I probably have about 2 or 3 somewhere that I've got to find and bring them out. But they're up. have to look into that, see what there is, because I'm always looking at interesting football cards, because most of them were Football League cards from the English Football Leagues. I'm looking, for funny enough, I am looking at buying a Korean football mega box, which David Adams in Europe have, which is really strange. And then there's a Scottish Premiership box from about a year ago that I want to buy, which is like £39 UK money, that I would love to open, but obviously I've got to find if I can still get that. But obviously I'm still looking at loose packs, obviously for 5 Pack Friday, and also obviously I'm still thinking about doing the Sunday series that I was going to do. Shout one of you guys out, obviously ask what your favourite pack would be, whether it's the modern day or the old ones if I can find it, which would be a tough task, but I'll give it a go. Ah, yes. The other thing is as well, I know that obviously, because I could literally buy, because I know obviously in Germany football's very popular as well, and then Topps do their own Bundesliga series, which is something I'd love to do, because I could probably talk a bit. I'd probably try and do it if I could do it in German. I probably would, but my German's not as good as Herr Siegfried's, of course, because him being German, he's more, more better than the language than I am, because I'll probably forget which word's which in German, like I do in English, and then say something completely wrong in German. So I might say something silly, but I'm not going to fool myself yet. But yeah. So the other thing I can think of before I'll leave you guys in a few minutes. Yeah, so a lot of things I'm thinking about. I was watching, I don't know who it was the other day. Can't remember if it was one of our card community members, and they had indie card packs from some years ago. And they did a video for the Indy 500. I think it was just a short, and I can't remember who it was. And I was like, damn, I'm such a motorsport fan. Other than, as you see, baseball, hockey, everything. I'm a fan of sport, apart from the cross. I love IndyCar. I know, obviously, a few people that we know obviously don't like IndyCar, but that's, again, just different people, different hobbies, really. I think the other thing I can think of, other than IndyCar, is going to be, well, Formula One. Obviously, as you guys know, I love it too much. I'm just looking at anything basically that I can find. I know Junk Wax obviously is Zach's department, to be honest. Which I'll probably look at for a few Junk Wax for, retro pack openings or something like that. I'll do them to 5 Pack Friday or Sundays. Obviously, I'm thinking of what to call the Sunday. No, I'll call this Sunday shoutouts. What's the point? Yeah. So I'm probably going to contact some of you guys over the next coming weeks once European British trading card game. To be honest, there's a British trading card game. There's a British card game, I should say, not trading cards specifically. It's called Top Trumps, which probably you already know about. And I've always loved the vintage ones that people used to have. There was a company called Waddingtons, I think it's called, and they used to do car ones, obviously, like old Volkswagens and Porsches. I had both those sets years ago, and I don't know what's happened to them. My mum had them. I just don't know where they've gone. So, but I'm looking at trading cards. To be honest, like football. Yeah, because Top Trumps is basically just, you select the category of whatever's on the back of the card. Whoever's got the highest one of that's your, that's how you win, basically. And then whoever's got no cards left, obviously, is the loser. So effectively, it's trading cards, but not trading cards. But I could be here all day explaining that one. But to be honest, the British European stuff is going to be probably more football orientated. If I can find something, I don't know, cricket. That's it, cricket. I knew there was an English sport that I hadn't done. Cricket. So cricket, obviously, America, it's getting slightly bigger again, slightly bigger now. Because I know some people have heard about Virat Kohli, the Indian batsman, who has got more followers than LeBron James, which is surprising. But then again, India has at least 1.68 billion, something like that. I'm looking, because the problem is with the cricket cards at the moment, I've seen some that are just for the England games, so the England national team, which is not specifically England national team because it's also England and Wales. Ireland effectively have their own cricket team, but it's both Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, like it is in rugby union and rugby league. Scotland have their own team, but they're not as good. A lot of the European nations have teams, they're just not as good. And then you've got India and Australia with very good nations. And obviously you've got Sri Lanka, very good, but just haven't had the best players since probably about the early 2000s, to be honest. And then you've obviously got New Zealand, a handy side if they get the batting average right. And then you've got some of the African sides that are pretty good. So, and obviously, I'd love to double check about the Caribbean sides. That's the West Indies. Their national teams are very good, even though they've got their own league as well. But yeah, cricket cards would be a good idea, actually. I might have to look into that as well. Cricket, what other sports could I do? They're a bit more British orientated. Yeah, they probably have, Zach, to be honest. I think so. I've seen 2 or 3, but I'm not sure how many sets there are for cricket. I know there's one for the 100, which is like one of the competitions we have, which it's basically bowling for each team 100 balls. So effectively the same team bowling 100 times, and then that's it. The innings are over, and then you swap over to the other team and you field effectively. But the difference is with baseball, you have slightly more fielders than you would in baseball than. You have less fielders in baseball than. No, cricket has more fielders than baseball in a way, and obviously your bowlers effectively your pitcher in cricket, and obviously you got a wicket keeper who's like the catcher in baseball, and you got the umpire standing at one end. You got effectively 2 batsmen, one obviously batting, and the other one who's got to run. You got 2 people who've got to make 1 run. That's it. But cricket is a complicated sport anyway. The other sport I could think of off the top of my head, apart from I've seen rugby league cards with our friend Leif Van Down under Michael. Don't know what's happened to him recently. I've not seen anything on his channel to say, "Oh, I'm not doing anything. Oh, I'm on holiday." So he's probably busy. Hopefully he's okay with everything going on in the world. But what else could I say before I forget? I'm trying to think now. Cards. So, yeah, well, I do want to do some Premier League soccer with my favourite team, Leicester City, in it. So, might do that at some point as well. So, it's figuring out what I want to do with the cards, because there's so much more than just, the usual sports you expect. Got obviously golf. I know, obviously, there's been a lot of golf recently. So I don't want to do that just yet. I do want to get into golf. Tennis, I might do tennis if there's interest in it. I know there hasn't been much interest for tennis for me because Andy Murray's not playing anymore. And obviously you've got Emma Raducanu, who plays obviously for British women's, well, she represents Britain, let's say. I'll keep forgetting that bit. But yeah, still a lot. What else? There's so many ideas in my head I can think of, and there's still more. Like Formula One, I still want to do a bit of that, but I'm going to leave that out for a bit longer and see if there's any good cards after that. Because to be honest, I like the cards in F1, but it's just the investment in the F1 and the Topps cards is just too much for the Chrome stuff, which obviously a lot of the sports with the Topps Chrome, unless stuff you've already done, on sale is no good. So I might do that. What else? Just double check before I move on. I haven't left anything behind. No, I've still got plenty of sports I could think of that probably have trading cards. I know that I want to do more European hockey cards for next season when hockey starts again. I know that Blindside Trading Cards, a company that I've featured on this channel recently again for the first time in a while, they're doing more new sets. They've only announced one of them for the next season. And, well, thank you, Brandon. Thank you very much. I'm thinking of obviously doing, again, more Blindside Trading Card sets once they come out, but obviously I'm going to try and do something different with that. I might try, fingers crossed, if I can do it at the arena of the team, but obviously I'll have to find some way of doing it without getting booted out for doing it, but we'll see. I might try and do it in the pubs of that team or something like that, possibly. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure something out when that comes to that. Yeah, so I think that'll do me tonight. I think I shall leave you all in peace, and hopefully I shall see you guys hopefully on Maiden's channel on I'm not being interviewed on, well, hopefully I'll see you all next time on your channels at some point. Obviously I'll leave a comment about, and yeah, so just bear with me before I forget. Yeah, it's there. Right, so guys, I've got a busy farewell. You have a great night, and hopefully the Oilers will win tonight, and the Florida Panthers will lose. But if that doesn't happen, oh, for God's sake, same team again, Florida again. Can another American state win? We'll see. Good night, guys.